Now, to a disturbing story out of San Pedro, California. Last week, a resident noticed 2 stacks of 2016 ballots left at his neighbor's mailbox. There were 83 unused ballots addressed to different people, all of whom supposedly living in an 89-year-old's 2-bedroom apartment. The L.A. County Registrar's Office now investigating. They say it was probably just a system error. Joining me now, Trump campaign senior advisor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. So, non-existent voter fraud, right? I mean, anecdotally, we've heard it happening in Florida, North Carolina, California, Ohio, elsewhere. What are you hearing?
Look, I've heard a lot of stories similar to this. I grew up in Arkansas where the Clinton machine was alive and well. We had very similar cases. A city councilman who was found with 125 ballots sitting on his kitchen table that he himself went through and filled out. My own grandmother's ballot, when she lived in a nursing home, was filled out on her behalf before she had the chance to even vote for her own son, which was a little bit questionable.
What was her reaction to that?
Obviously not super happy, but, so to me, this is no surprise. But I think that this is indicative of a bigger problem. Look, the Clintons and the Clinton machine will stop at nothing to win. It's just a level of corruption. I think we've seen over the last couple of weeks just the level of corruption, not just in the voting process, but certainly just in the way that they operate, whether it's the Clinton Foundation, whether it's the pay-to-play scandal through that, whether it's the Secretary of State's office,
the argument is that
scandal.
the system is way too decentralized, 250-plus counties in Texas. How could you do collusion and voter fraud?
Well, that sounds like a great argument for Republicans. Okay. We're all about localizing things, whereas Democrats want to federalize everything and make it bigger and further away from where decisions should be made. I think that's another reason we should be electing Donald Trump. Okay. We're all about moving things back to the states, whether it's voter registration, education, taxes.
I want your thoughts on this one. Switching gears, a new report, illegal immigrants around the world crossing the U.S.-Mexico border to get into the country before Election Day. We got a new poll, huge support for Hillary Clinton in South America, including Mexico at nearly 90%. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's because they're afraid Donald Trump wins, he'll build a wall, or because if Clinton wins, there'll be amnesty and they'll be allowed to stay?
My guess is it's twofold. I think that they're looking for a win-win no matter what. They want to stop Donald Trump because he knows that he's going to put things in place that are actually going to protect our borders, secure our country. Look, he hasn't been shy about his pledge and his promise to build a wall and to secure our country. Without a border, we have no country, and that's one of his big priorities, something he's going to focus on immediately after getting into office, and I think that that's certainly an incentive. But I think there's also the incentive of Clinton wanting completely open borders and amnesty.
What a switch from the mid-90s when Bill Clinton was for border security, right?
Look, we're all about with the Clintons, it's what's popular. I mean, I think you can see that quickly with whatever the way the wind is blowing. So go the Clintons, and I think that this election is a perfect example of that.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.